Hello and welcome to Cottoning On. My name's Lorna and today's episode is episode 5 of my podcast where I catch you up on all my projects and inspiration. So let's get stuck in. I've been feeling inspired and have had lots of crafting time this week. I had a bit of a slow start to the week with plenty of time to sit and do various things, and then I've had a busier end of the week. So I haven't got done quite as much as I thought I might, but it's okay. So let's have a look at what I've been doing since the last podcast. Let's start with something that didn't necessarily go to plan. So I think in the last podcast I talked about how I wanted to make a pair of all the frill socks. So I started. So I did the cuff and the frill, and I put in a fish lips kiss heel here. But unfortunately, it does fit over my. I went down a couple of sizes because that's what I've done in my perfect fit socks, and thought given that we've got this frill that it would be fine. But actually what happened was when I put this over and put it on, it kind of stretched out so much that the frill disappeared. So it was a bit disappointing really. I need to have a rethink of this. So I've just cut the thread and that is just in my bag waiting for me to have time to redo it essentially. But I'm not giving up just yet, but I know that I need to go up. I think I cast on 56 stitches. For my size, I should cast on 72. But when I did do 72, it was huge. It was massive. Even though I tried to tighten up the cuff tension, it was huge. So I unravelled it. So I don't know whether to try 64 stitches and see if I still get the cuff, the frill on the cuff. Yeah, I need to think about that. I'm thinking 64 and giving it a go. So hopefully I'll have some time to experiment with that. So that's the first thing. I also made this swatch. So this is a double knitting, a DK weight swatch that I've done fake in the round, hence all of these on the back, because I would like to adapt the perfect fit sock formula for DK weight. So I've used before. This is some leftovers, so I've used this to make a swatch because I've got some other similar yarn to use. So I've done that and then I just need to block it, so I've done that. And then while I had my yarn ball out, I also made this. I just wanted to practice my crochet granny squares and trying to get a more even tension. And I was also interested to see how this yarn would look as crochet, because it is a micro stripe, I think is the term that we would use in knitting here. So I was interested to see how that would crochet. So that was just kind of a mini experiment really. So that's that one. Then what did I do? Oh, I know. I finished my first Daphne sock. So it is entirely finished. If you've watched my summer planning video, you'll have already seen this. But since the last time I did a podcast, I haven't blocked this yet. But my first Daphne sock is complete. So on the needles, I have the second sock. I have done, I think I've done about 15 leg rounds and the cuff. So I have done that. That's still ongoing, but I've got loads of yarn left. So that should be fine. Then, what else have I done? I have also started, now there is method in my madness here. I've started this cuff. This is using Moon Glow. The Love in Stitches sock set. And I've just started doing a 2x2 rib that's going to be for 30 rounds. These are going to be the Summer Lee Knits scattered pearl socks, which is from the Hello Sailor collection. So the reason I've started this when I've still got another sock going is because I was meeting someone, and while I was waiting I wanted to have something where I didn't need to follow a pattern, whereas for the Daphne sock I hadn't memorised the lace repeat, so I wanted some ribbing to do while I was waiting. So that's cast on ready for a long journey that I've got coming up soon, but I thought I'd start it and establish the pattern ready while I was waiting. So that's that one. Anything else? The last, oh no, I've got two more things. I've made some more progress on my Dahlia blanket. So last time I was here where my toast marker is. So I have done some more stripes here. I've done one of the spice, so I finished the tomato, did 3 more spice, and now I've added in the colour saffron. So you can see the fade is starting to take shape. Obviously it is much wider than this, but I've just folded it up to fit it in the bag. So I'm pleased. Oh, it's covered in hair, my hair. I'm pleased with this so far. In the bag, basically I just want to get onto all the like pinks and peaches, but I am enjoying looking at all the colour changes and everything. Some are more subtle than others. I'm definitely using more yarn than I meant to. The pattern says you should be using around 11 grams per stripe, but I think I'm using more like 12. So we'll see how it goes when we get to the border. I might have to create my own border because I should have gone down a hook size, but I've made quite a bit of progress with this. Then last but not least, I've done some sewing. Now, one project that I have finished my floral linden sweater, which I have talked about lying around and being unfinished for quite a while. Unfortunately I have put that away somewhere. Who knows where that's gone. So I can't show you that today, but I'll make sure I show it you on a future episode. And I have started this, which is a myosotis dress. So you can see that I have essentially, I've done the basic bodice construction, I've done the shoulder and side seams, the darts. I've just sewn the button band where for the facing for the front. I need to press that and understitch it and clip it and so on. I've just sewn the side seams of the sleeves. So I'm doing all right with this. It's a really lovely fabric. If I show you the back, it's lovely. I really like it. It's not showing up, it's more vibrant, I would say, in person. So I have started that, which means we have a fabric challenge update. So my fabric challenge update is I have finally cut out this myosotis dress, which I have been saying I would for weeks. Yay! So this means I have got 3 meters out of my fabric stash, which takes my challenge from the 1st of January to 11.5 meters that I have now cut out. Apart from this, which is obviously a work in progress, the only thing that I've cut out that I've not sewn is the Emma dress, which I'm going to save until the weather turns cooler. That's just chilling over there, cut out, ready. So that's the only thing I haven't sewn up. So I'm doing well, 11.5 meters out. I feel like I'm a third of the way there. Yes, I know that we're more like 2/3 of the way through the year, but during the summer is to kind of peak sewing time for me. So hopefully I've got 2 more projects planned out, and I think that would be 5 more meters, which would take me to 16.5 meters by the end of the summer. So that could be good. That is my goal for the summer. We'll see. But yes, 3 meters are out. There are some scraps down there, but I think, as I've said before, I'm not counting offcuts and like remnants and things. I'm just thinking about what I can use to be the bulk of a garment. So yes, 3 meters gone. Okay, it's time for Inspiration Corner. Okay, inspiration time. I have been waiting all week for this parcel from Knit Picks. It took a week to enter the UK from the US, and then it took another week to get from the Hermes hub to my house. So even though it says, oh yeah, the new Hermes, the bag still says Hermes. Anyway, Knit Picks. So I saw this yarn on Boston Jen's Instagram account. It is Felici. I've heard a lot about Felici sock yarn. 50 gram ball, so I got 2 in the colourway Double Dog Dare. Now I saw this on Boston Jen's Instagram and didn't realise that Felici is seasonal, and once it's gone, it's gone. So they had a sale recently and they brought some of the old colours back. I presume they'd found some and they wanted to get rid of it. So that is how I ended up with these. They're quite autumnal, I would say, really, but I just thought it knits up really nicely. It's going to be a stripe. So to go with those, thinking heels, cuffs, and can't even say it, heels, toes and cuffs, I got this yellow Felici, which is in the colour Brittle, and I thought it would go, they'd go quite well together. So that's to go with those. And then last but not least, I got this Stroll mini pack, and I was thinking this would make a good pair of gradient socks, or I could use it for one of the Twin Stitches designs, maybe the mermaid sock. I haven't decided yet, but I definitely am thinking it's 100 grams, so that should be enough to make a pair of socks. But that's what I bought that for, with the intention of doing that, because I've really liked using the Daphne yarn, the Hawthorn Kettle dye, this one. So I thought I'll try using some of their other yarn. So this is, yeah, the Stroll mini pack in Sunset. And then you can see the colours. Yes. Then my last acquisition I found on the Explore page. I can't remember the name of the account. On the Explore page of Instagram. I mean, what a rabbit hole that is. Some of the things that are suggested for me are incredibly random. I don't get it, but anyway, this wasn't random. I saw a really beautiful pair of socks knitted in this from Sheepy's, that's how you say it, Downtown, in the colour Baker's Corner. It's a really beautiful pastel stripe. My partner says it reminds him of the Refreshers suite that you get, not the yellow chewy ones, the ones in they're like the ones you suck in a little pink, green and yellow striped packet. So I'm thinking that to knit socks. I just bought 150 gram ball, and just to see how long a sock I could make. I could always make a kind of a shorter sock. All my hair stuck to it again. But I just thought it was really lovely, and it would go really nicely with like a cream cuff. But yeah, I'm looking forward to knitting that too. I'm going to leave that with the Knit Picks. Inspiration wise, I haven't got anything else really to share with you in this episode. Earlier in the month, I can't speak today, my last video that I've made on my channel was about planning for my summer break. So I shared a lot of the inspiration there that I've had since Sock Week, and made some plans for what I can get done while I have been off. I have made a start on those plans. I haven't achieved everything that I wanted to this week, but I have made a start. So I've started the My Sotis dress, which I had planned to finish, but we'll see how I get on with that. I said I was going to knit the second Daphne sock, which I haven't, but I have started it. I've knit my DK weight swatch, and I've also started my beauty school top knitting, which I didn't bring, actually. I didn't bring upstairs to make into the podcast, but I've literally cast it on and started to alternate my skeins, so there's not a lot to look at. So when I've done a bit more, I'll show them. I have made a start on that. I told myself I was going to cast on. I've started that scattered pearl sock, and I've also made some progress on my blanket. So I feel like, I did say in the video, if you want to go back and watch it, that they are ambitious plans, but they are just plans. It's not things that are set in stone, and actually plans can be adjusted, and I've made a start on pretty much everything that I said I was going to, and that feels good. I don't want to make it into a kind of like work, but I feel good about what I've done. I don't feel guilty that I haven't done everything I said I was going to, because I've been busy at the end of the week and I've enjoyed the things that I've done. So this week's Inspiration Corner, I recommend you go and watch my summer plans and see all the yarns that I'd like to use, all the fabric that I'd like to use, and the plans for all of those kinds of things. It is a shorter update on the podcast this week because of the summer plans video has got a lot of the things that would usually come into Inspiration Corner. So please do go and watch that summer plans video. Next time I will update you further on how I got on with the next few weeks of the plans, and obviously my projects. If you would like to tell me what you're working on, please leave a note in the comments below. I'd love to know what other people are doing, knitting and sewing and crochet, anything like that. Let me know what your summer projects are, what you're working on. Are you looking ahead to the autumn? Are you looking ahead to the winter? Or are you still doing summer things like I am? I would love to know in the comments. So that's all for today's video, and I will see you next time. Bye!